So just first of all, I wondered what attracted you to the script and what was it about your character that you sort of latched onto?
Yeah, I'd wanted to work with Lona for a long time. I just loved her work, and felt like she has a kind of deft hand when it comes to being able to balance emotion with humor that I don't think very many filmmakers do. And then I was just pulled in by Clara's story. I thought it seemed like a very compelling arc for a person. She starts out in a way so selfless. She just wants to get her children out of this bad situation. She doesn't know how. She takes a big leap of faith at the beginning of the film. And in a way, she's the least important person in her life. And she learns to have a little sense of self-worth or dignity over the course of the film. Um, it was interesting to me. I had questions about it.
And you have a really beautiful relationship with your two sons on screen.
Mm.
How was it working with them, and were there any additional challenges of sort of working with children?
Yeah, I mean, it's very challenging working with children, not because of the child, but because of the constraints with hours, and you can only have them there for so long, and also they're little kids. They're not. It's not the same as working with an adult. So I felt a tremendous responsibility to help take care of them and make sure that they were protected. Um, these children had wonderful families and that parents that made it a lot easier because I knew that they were being taken care of at home. But this is some very heavy material, and I just wanted to make sure that they felt cared for on set, especially the little one because he was only 8. And he'd never made a film before. So I kept being like, it's just pretend, like we're just going to hold our breath and just different things to help him get through it.
And it's a great ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And how much time did you actually get to spend with the other members of the cast, other than sort of Tahir Rahim and things that you have a few more scenes with? And how did that dynamic work?
Yeah, I got to spend some time with Tahar. I spent a lot of time with my children. Um, uh, I didn't get to spend a lot of time with these other actors. I felt lucky to be in such good company, but last night was the first time I got to see most of their work in this film. Um, I have tremendous respect for all of them, though. It's funny though. Most of my work was with the kids.
How does it change being in a film with such a large ensemble cast? Sort of, does it change how you approach a role or what you need to do?
I mean, not really. I guess you have to have a lot. In any case, you have to have a lot of faith in the director, because as an actor, you don't get to sit in the editing room and say, "Oh, I like that take better than this one," or the arc feels a little funny here. You really have to have faith that they know what they're doing and that they're controlling the tone and the way that the film is put together. But with an ensemble cast, you're also trusting them to make sure that you're all acting in the same world. That someone isn't off here doing real naturalism and someone over here is doing something much more theatrical. You need them to help you balance it. I think that's the only difference.
And what's Lona like as a director, and sort of what's the dynamic you had with her?
Lona's very empathic as a person. I think you can feel in her films how much love she has for her characters. I think you feel that both with how she deals with their emotions, but also how she lets you as an audience laugh at them a little bit. It's sort of the way that you can laugh at a friend or something. There's something deeply familiar about it. She also knows exactly what she wants, which is a wonderful thing for a director. It makes our job so much easier as actors. She sort of has a gentle touch but a strong backbone.
And obviously the film takes place in New York, you live in New York. Was it a New York you recognised, or was it sort of not as important to the film that it was replicating the New York you knew?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the New York of my life exactly. Yes, it doesn't feel exactly like the city I live in. It feels like Lona's version of that city or of a city. There's a sort of like fable or fairy tale element to it. We shot it mostly in Toronto and a little in New York and a little in Copenhagen, actually. And it does feel like a kind of patchwork of the New York that really exists, the New York of her mind, and then this like city that we made out of these three other cities.
And obviously you're a writer as well as an actor. I wondered sort of how those two things work together for you, and how you sort of prepare for your roles, and whether writing plays a part in that.
Yeah, well, I think I'm probably a different kind of reader because I'm a writer. I think probably my standards are a little higher, and also I have a lot more empathy for the writer. I want to really deliver their words. I think also because I come from a theater background, when you read a play, you can't improvise. You have to figure out why did the writer choose these words, and I think that's where I'm always coming from as an actor. I think writing satisfies a kind of deep need in me to express something of myself, and I think it allows me when I'm acting to worry less about what I'm expressing from myself and more what the writer's trying to accomplish and where I can meet that.
And your character's very resourceful. We see her in the film trying to protect her children as best she can under really difficult circumstances. But that also includes party crashing,
Shoplifting.
Shoplifting. What sort of research did you do, or sort of what did you draw on to fill those parts of the character?
Yeah, I mean, I found it very curious, and it was one of the first questions I had for Lona, like, where did she develop this skill set? Because it's obviously something she knows how to do. It's her first instinct when she's taking care of her kids. And she also, has, like, one of the things she does is steal nice-looking clothes so she can get into better places to have more access. And that's a real canny instinct that I personally wouldn't have. And Lona was like, I don't know where it comes from. It was some deep part of her mind that conjured this person. So then it was about sort of filling in the blanks, like, all right, well, when did she need to use these skills before? How did she develop them? It gave me a sort of key into the character and how she might try to appeal to other people to get what she needs.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah.